All right,
May.
so welcome to May.
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 If you like these, if you watch these, if you're just, lurking, please like and subscribe our videos so we know to keep doing them. Otherwise, we don't know. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you want to, let us know something that, definitely aligned with you, also drop that in the comments as well. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe so we keep going.
A few comments last month that really lit us up and we were excited by, so let us know how you're feeling.
Yeah.
And we'll kick into May.
Yeah. Also, just a disclaimer, we don't read about like what's happening in the world. We talk about collective energy and the energy phases or, your thought processes and things like that will happen this month. We don't tap into anything else outside of that. We're not here to fearmonger.
No, and it's personal guidance to help you navigate to become the best version of yourself and to be able to handle the transits and give you really grounded advice so that you can keep going through and trust the process and know where it's actually leading you and why.
Yes.
So, let's go May. I don't know, I'm actually really have no idea what's going on anymore.
We have the moon.
That's why I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because it's like, hi, I'm going to hide over here, thanks.
Oh. Let's break down this bit first because this sits somewhere that sits separate to it. So,
okay.
Moon month, May moon month. So the moon is always about like your inner knowing. You can't actually see it. You can't see much past like this realm in front of you. Everything you've got is kind of here and it's a bit murky, it's a bit muddy, it's a bit foggy. You want answers, but you're not necessarily getting them. You get what you need to know, not necessarily what you want. But it is a real strong connection to growing up and maturing. So stepping into like that trust, that feminine that came on board last month, it's like she's been activated. And so now we're stepping into realizing why things happen. There might be a few making amends with things that happened in your past this month, can be reflecting on it and just not being able to see the full picture yet. And it's like, this is where we're kind of going like, it's not fully there. We're not fully embracing it. We're not fully shifting over to it yet, but there is an element of it's coming back up. So things are coming back up, things that maybe you saw as a negative, maybe getting reviewed in more of a positive light.
That's the 6 of Wands.
Yes, reversed.
Yes.
Yeah, reversing. Reversals, so we've got cups.
They can be good or bad.
Reversals.
Like if you throw a tower reversed, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing to remember too. Reversal cards are not necessarily bad. They can be shadow. They can be where you need to focus more. You can do them as the opposite of the upright. Whatever resonates when you're reading is kind of what comes through. But this definitely feels like a situation that you couldn't necessarily see for what it was is going to come back around and you're going to get more insight and more inner knowing without actually having evidence to have like to ground you back down and go, oh, that's why that happened. It's like, I know that happened for a reason. I can't see the reason yet, but something bigger is calling me to really trust the process. So
it's kind of like tied back to that last month's reading with the white rabbit and following it down the rabbit hole, where it's like, I don't know why, why we're doing that, but we did it and here we are.
Yeah, so I'm down the rabbit hole. Yeah. I was led somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, because I had to make amends with some stuff from my past. Oh, I get you. I was being pulled down here. There's things that you have to leave behind. There's a new version of you emerging, stepping into your power, reclaiming, riding on this horse. But it's like there's a bit of baggage that you're trying to bring with you. And so this curiosity rabbit hole sneaking down you were doing is kind of going to bring up why you were down the rabbit hole.
Okay.
So while we're doing all that, there is something over here that's also coming out with your relationships with people who are stepping in. It's almost like if someone's coming forward and they're offering you like lots of emotional connection, want to come in. It's not like love bombing. It's more just connections are stepping forward. So like maybe a really enthusiastic friendship is starting to ignite or a business partnership is starting to ignite or there's a potential and you're like, this feels like a really aligned connection, like I'm really excited about this. Where can it go? There's something about that situation that you need to review and not jump into so quickly.
And we're being cautious.
We're being cautious. And particularly like there's still this pentacles, like the money, the foundation. So if you have started a new job, you're really excited about a new venture, just be mindful of what people are saying and how they are and then how they actually show up. Because Knight of Cups, like he's got good intent. He wants to be there. He wants to support you. He wants to come in. He's slow and steady and he's offering you all these things. But this card is kind of telling me that he maybe can't deliver what he's actually offering.
So that's the Three of Pentacles
reversed. Yeah. So like that foundation, like I just don't know if it's there in its full form yet. And it could just be a misalignment of current energy. So I just want to see where that's going actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not working. Look at all the reversals on the pentacles and the difficulties with the up and down and getting the balance right and the foundations. We're just not locking it in yet.
Why? Because we're too busy to...
I think this needs to come out. I think this stuff you need to clear the fog. This is like phase one.
We just did all the work. What do you mean we're doing the work? I don't want to.
No, but it's a different fog. It's like you're in a whole different muddy pond. You know, like the old muddy pond was over there. You got out of there, did the work, and now it's just like this one's not as deep. It's not as thick. It's not as scary.
Okay, but I would like to go to the poolside cabana now.
Yeah, me too.
Please, I'm tired.
Me too, but so like Emperor reverse, Eight of Pentacles reverse, like Two of Pentacles, like Three of Pentacles reverse. Like if I say the word Pentacles in reverse another time, like I don't know how much more clearer the universe is being about this, but like these foundations, the structure, the things that you're putting in place, you really need to check in on those, you know, like you're not stepping forward because it's not the right time, because like the structure, the loyalty, the commitment, the embodiment that you need to do to actually step into possibly this relationship, possibly this job, like there's just something back here that needs to be shed so you can step into this fully. Let's try and get something else.
Grab an oracle deck.
I just don't like I don't like this at all. I just want to know why. Yeah, there's some type of change there's a change coming that you aren't certain whether you're, okay, so if you have problems with being worthy of receiving money, receiving love, receiving help, calling out, if you have issues with that, that is why this will not ground right now for you. It's there. You may have stepped into it. You may be in like the first stages of a new career. You may be like first stages of a new relationship, first stages of your new identity. But there's some old stuff that's calling you to go and relook at it and work out why you feel that way. Why can't you receive these things? What is like that wounding that's within you as to why you can't step forward, why you can't push boundaries, why you won't say no to people, things like that.
So this bit, which is the reflection and things like that, versus this bit, could this be the distrust from everything that happened with COVID than what's happening in the world right now? Just as a collective energy, we're all kind of teetering on this edge, waiting to see what happens next. And because of that, it's holding us back from making moves. Because we don't know what's happening. And we've been here before. And people that made moves back then, like maybe it didn't work out. Or we knew someone where it didn't work out, or something really shit happened.
Yeah.
So we're all kind of like reflecting on being in this like limbo because of dickheads in the world. And because of that, that's what's stopping us. So we can't make a choice because we have to see it play out.
Yeah, I think that could be a really good way to see this. You're right, because like Emperor reversed is Donald Trump. Like, no joke, I have him in my tarot workshop that I'm doing this month. And I say, Emperor upright, Barack Obama. Emperor reverse, Donald Trump. You know, like two completely different ways of leadership. One very grounded, very, like, looks like he's thinking of things, getting everything lined up before he talks, before he makes a decision, before he sits in the meeting.
And the other one's got his cards in his pocket and he's just flying by the seat of his pants.
Yeah.
And it seems that way.
It seems that way. And he's also a Gemini. So, you know, like we are wild.
He was also born in an eclipse, FYI.
So you've got that type of energy with this new emotion, this new fulfillment, this new thing that wants to come forward. But you're like, I don't trust it. I don't understand what you're doing. I don't think you're actually on the same page as me. I think we're not seeing eye to eye. You're leading with like ego and old wounds.
From what we're told, yes, from what we can see.
Yes. But even just like Emperor itself, you know, that's leading from a position of ego, not from like calm, calculated, embodied experience. You're just leading from like what you think you should do and what people are expecting of you and how you want to be seen as opposed to what's true to you. So, and that just, it won't let you step into the new with this type of archetype behind you. And so that's what's stopping you. You can't move to this thing and step outside because that is still overshadowing you. And it can be current events that are causing that.
Yeah, because like I said, we've all been here before.
Yeah.
Where everything's a bit shadowy and we can't see past the week, you know, of what's going to happen next, and things are changing daily. So yeah, like that would definitely, like me being a Capricorn, that stops me from making any decisions.
And this should be like when Six of Wands upright, like that's your victory, right? Like that's everything working out. That's you succeeding. That's you overcoming it. It's reversed. So you don't think you can overcome this, or there's no evidence of you overcoming this trial or this phase of life that you can see. I think you just can't see it right now.
This is a stalemate.
Yeah. Sorry. See what? Yeah.
Take a step back. For God, let's just take a moment. We're just gonna wait.
And Aries energy like fired you up. But you can't go forward with that fired up energy if you can't ground it down in reality and practical ways to move forward.
And Gemini is not good for that.
No. So that's where we're
Grounded
headed.
is not a word I would use for a Gemini.
No, exactly. So like second guessy, jumping around, like not being able to keep on one task. Like let's just talk about all my faults here.
It's not just you.
What else
There's
can't I
plenty
do?
of others that I know.
But sit with it and see like, who am I stepping forward? Like what type of leader am I? How do I want to structure the foundations of my business? No point like putting out an offer or, you know, like putting heaps of effort into something if you just can't see where it's going. So maybe some long-term planning, you know.
I hate long-term.
This is what I want. Yeah. But this is where I am. This is my 3-month plan. This is my 6-month plan. You know, 12 months from now, who do I want to be? What does it look like? What type of, like very money focused again. So we're being called back to like foundations, grounding, structure, where we make our money, like how that comes to us, the effort that we put in, how it lights us up, like emotional fulfillment with like your career, how you're doing it, where you spend your time.
I think maybe if we take a step back from like all the other bullshit, yeah, bills still have to be paid, but let's just be humans for a little bit. Yeah, let's just look after ourselves and our communities.
Like that emotion, like it wants to move forward. You're trying to like work out what lights you up, what type of people do you want around you, and then putting in the foundations to make sure that they are stable. Connections aren't just gonna burn out, you know? It's like a long-term, this is very long-term planning. Where you wanna go, you can make these connections right now, but I think until...
We're just like collecting.
Yeah. Like
I'm just gonna put all these in my basket and I'm gonna sit here and wait in line.
Yeah. And then just work out like how many are still in your basket at the end of the month.
Yeah.
You know, like does that still resonate? Do you still want to connect with that type of person? Is this still aligning for you? Do you still want to work 4 days a week and then have a 4-day, like a lot of people move to 4-day weeks, I've noticed.
Mate, I haven't done 4 days ever.
But that's something that might come up as part of this. Like, is that a long-term goal that's achievable, or is it just going to put a lot of pressure on you on the 4 days that you're actually at work?
Yeah, because 5 days worth of work still has to be done.
Yeah, right.
So the cards are showing us like caution, reflect, take a second, step back, don't make big decisions. I think we can probably, if we're going to look at the silver lining of it, because you know how I love a good silver lining. If we're going to do a silver lining of this, it would be like reconnect with what really makes you happy. And this is giving you the time to do that. It's kind of like put a halt on all of that Aries energy. And it's like, no, hold on. Before we do this, like, let's light up our soul. Let's find something that makes us happy. Let's take a minute and explore, you know, whether it's like reflecting back on like things that you used to love or things that you've fallen out of touch with, and maybe, you know, revisiting those for certain reasons. But yeah, maybe that could be our silver lining this month, where it's just the energy is just going, no, hold on. Let's not just rush forward and, you know, do the robot thing where we just keep going on the same path. Let's, you know, take a minute and actually look at what lights us up inside and go from there.
And what didn't work in the past, kind of like noting that.
Yeah,
and then going, that didn't work.
It's kind of like doing your pros and cons list when you're like dating a guy and you're not too sure. Has anyone ever done that? Because like I have. My grandma told me to do that. And yeah, it really can put things in perspective.
Yeah.
Of like, you know, what bits you don't like and what bits you look forward to and what bits, you know, really light you up, and then kind of working towards that. Yeah, but I think a lot of this is looking like you might, because of like all the Aries and everything, like and the whole like go get it energy from last month. We've like, okay, cool, we're gonna go do this, and then we align with certain people and we're like, hold on a second, is this actually gonna make me happy?
Yeah.
Am I like, you know, copy pasting from something that I've done before? Like, am I going to be making the same mistakes?
Yeah.
And I think that's where like this, like especially take a step back and the indecision comes from, because yeah, you're very much like, oh, hold on a second. I was like raring to go because I got excited.
Yeah.
I got excited for something new and change, and then I'm just like, oh, hold on a second, wait, this is my life.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah. And I've learnt my lessons and I've done the work.
Yeah.
Am I going to compromise with that?
Yeah.
By stepping back into the same energy and repeat the same cycles, or have I learnt from that?
Yeah.
Which is this 100%,
Yeah.
learning from your old mistakes, and I think it's more of an inner knowing at this point. So you're probably going to have to make decisions or just sit in the pause phase, even if people are pushing you to move forward and you feel like it's not the right decision right now. You need to sit with like your gut. Like this is definitely like listening to your inner gut.
Yeah.
Through this whole.
Yeah. You know how I'm usually like a couple weeks early? Yeah, that's exactly what's happened, because I found somewhere that, you know, ticks most of the boxes to move Unearth to have a forever home with insulation.
Oh, right.
But I couldn't do it. I couldn't take the next step. And when my mum's like, why? Like you really liked that place a couple months ago, and I was like, I don't know, it's telling me no. I said, no, I've always listened to whatever it is, and it's telling me to just wait. There's something else. It's not right.
Even if it looks right on the surface.
Yeah.
Because there will be this. This is like Knight of Cups. Like it feels like it's exciting.
Yeah.
It feels like it's what you want.
Yeah, but then everybody else is like, yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
And it will happen, but not like this.
Agree. That is definitely.
So, yeah, because I'm just saying, like, from personal thing, that's what's happened lately, and I actually haven't voiced that at all. But
no.
Yeah, because it's like, it was something that seemed great and it would work, and then, but no, I just couldn't physically make myself do like the next steps in following that. And no.
And when I first started, I had all my training and my career for kinesiology and Reiki and everything. I was offered a job at like a healing center, and same thing. Just something, it looked perfect on paper. I felt like it was my dream come true. I'd been offered a great opportunity. I was beginning.
Yeah.
And so this card, it was just like something just isn't right. It seems perfect on paper, but there's just something, this isn't going to work long term, or it's sending you in the wrong direction, and we don't want you to go that direction. So you say no and you feel like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Because people are like, why would you say no to that opportunity? And you're like,
it just wasn't
this.
It just wasn't right.
The reverse pentacles is why, and I can't explain it. I just feel it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what May is.
Yeah.
Do we want any crystals to get through this?
Oh, mate, if we look at, I hate big broken record. Okay.
Yeah.
Self-reflection, protection from self and the extra mind thoughts. Black obsidian. It's like, it is my go-to. It is the mirror of self. However, let's not add anything extra to whatever this is. Just put it next to your bed. Do the work while you're asleep. Real easy. When it comes to, I think we're going to also have to look at like protecting your energy, protecting your power, so you actually have the time to do this. So we're talking like black tourmaline, don't need courage, we don't need hurry, there's nothing like that. So we're going to work on like inner peace, just keeping everything like cool, calm and collected around our racing thoughts. So we're talking like selenite, maybe celestite, agates, lots of grounding. Yeah.
100%. And I'm just thinking like with these pentacles and grounding, I think if there is like a physical practice that you could implement and start doing it. So whether that's like a yoga, a Pilates, something that's getting you back into your body to ground you back into you to get through this.
Yeah, I would highly suggest like bushwalks if you
Yeah.
can, if you're in a position to.
Yeah.
Or even, you know, just going on like even weekly walks. And if you can't do that, then, you know, pick a day on the weekend where like you and the family or whatever go to a place that is grounding. So we're talking like bush, beach, rainforest, like whatever is tickles your pickle, do that.
Yeah. And I actually have this calling to go camping. Like I've had
I
it
am
for the
going
last
camping
week.
shortly.
Yeah.
We're disconnecting from everything else and we're going to go light up our soul again. We need to reconnect with Earth and being the human.
Yeah.
We're going to do the human thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
That's a really nice way to summarize me. So if this resonates, let us know where you went camping.
Yeah. And if it doesn't resonate with you, also let me know, or let us know. Put a comment and then be like, I have no idea what the hell this was or how it's going to resonate with me. And then I guarantee you come back at the end of the month and let us know if anything clicks into place, because
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it starts funny and then it kind of makes sense why.
yeah.
That's how the read kind of feels to me as well. So
Yeah.
I feel like May also, once we're hitting like the end of May, it's kind of going to be like, oh, I get it.
Oh, that's why.
I get it.
All right, cool.
All right, cool. We'll see you next month.
Bye.
Collective Energy Forecast brought to you by Unearthed Crystals and Lolo Healing. Subscribe on your preferred platform to catch the release and bonus clips each month.